Hey guys, welcome to our weekly show, The Last Hit, sponsored by Mountain Dew and Game Fuel. And for this issue, I'm going to have a very special guest, which is Terry, Big Chuong. Terry, how's it going, man?
Going well, you know. Scrims actually went great today for once.
So we're going to start with a review of the past weekend. What are the standings? What are the good teams? What are the bad teams? With Terry, and with he's going to bring us his spotlight on the current state of NALCS. Then we're going to move to the victory in the can moment, which is what Terry thought was the best moment of the last weekend for OpTic. Then we quick rundown of the next patch, because obviously Riot is buffing Akali, thinking that it's the correct thing, and we have to criticize them. And the last part will be answering your guys' questions while we're going to play an insanely fun game, Nidhogg, and I'm hoping to beat Terry. So Terry, are you ready?
Are you ready for Nidhogg?
I'm ready for Nidhogg, man. But first, let's start into LCS for the last weekend. So the first part of this show is going to cover the previous weekend of NALCS. It was the week 6, Terry, and there is something strange in NA. NA is always very unique, you have to consider it. Why is there only 2 teams with a positive win rate, Terry?
Well, you know, people are trying to build super teams, and the best super team right now is definitely not 100 Thieves. Okay, good. One of the teams having the struggle, Team Liquid just running the show as predicted, Cloud9 being positive as well, it's kind of the fight of the giants, and then you have a pack of teams that kind of are all negative win rate. How do you explain that all the teams in NA are so packed? I think it's a lot to do with consistency, that everyone just have either bad practice or the wrong read of the meta sometimes, and also the fact that it has to do with a best of 1 scenario. Just if you get cheesed, it's over, you know. But
in EU, for instance, there is a lot of teams that actually stand out of the among the others, but in NA everything is really packed besides Team Liquid and Cloud9. Do you have an idea on why?
I would say EU is also kind of packed together, since there's only 2 teams that are eliminated right now for playoffs for them. And for us, everything's also stacked, but no one's eliminated just yet. As for why, could be with the training, could be with the players' mental block, or maybe they're burning out so fast, or maybe just things aren't meshing well.
Personally, I think that NA talents, I think that teams, and NA, a lot of teams have enough money to afford 2 imports, 3 local players. There is a very, I think that the profile most of the team are the same,
I think it's hard though, since for some teams you might expect people to do, to be more vocal, but maybe it turns out they're not as vocal as you thought.
Communication is a big thing, you were speaking about the 100 Thieves. How can you explain that 100 Thieves, they brought Bang, they have a Fromu, they have Someday, and don't manage to, and these guys are actually insane at the game.
We did go from finals to almost not making it to playoffs this split, so there must be something going wrong.
So who do you think is going to make it to playoff after Liquid and C9?
I think TSM, us, along with GGS and potentially 100 Thieves, if they pick up their slack, will make it.
So for the last weekend of OpTic, 2 games, 2 big encounters. The first one against Liquid, we got absolutely destroyed. What do you think about this game? Because we kind of didn't play the game.
I think it's impossible for us to play the game. Something went wrong in the draft for some reason. I'm not gonna say why, but it could be a bad pick or something.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks. It's always good as a coach and presenter of this show to have the player criticizing openly your draft. It's always a pleasure. But you guys have to know that draft is always the product of both the coaching staff and the players. So of course, Terry has a responsibility into this failure. But yeah, we failed, and it felt pretty bad, right?
No, it felt horrible, after maybe 8 minutes, we just died. The game's already over.
It was really bad. Because I don't know how you feel, but I know that we could have, with another draft, we could have had, probably lost, but still give it a shot, right?
I think if we had something more comfortable, or a Dhokla-ish champion, we could have had a better chance and maybe made a comeback, but
the Maokai, yeah.
With the Maokai, they say Kieran, man. Yeah. Allorim ain't here.
But we can't. Riot, please. Let me change the player after the champion pick, and anytime it's tank, just put Allorim in. That said, we won against FlyQuest. It was a very hard game to win. How did you feel in the game?
It felt pretty easy, just because of the fact that I thought they didn't really know how to play their comp that well. Especially, I think there's one team, GGS playing Rise, who he was just running it down but splitting the whole time, and they went through a backdoor. But then,
they could get that reference material.
So yeah, that's it for the week. So next week, OpTic is facing TSM and Echo Fox. What do you expect?
Either Matt's gonna run it down, or he's gonna be a chat in the jungle like Bjergsen wanted.
Yeah, the chat in the jungle. Yeah, let's shout out to our friends Kieran. Yeah, of course. Feasting Matt is always a pleasure. So yeah, that's it for this part, guys. Let's jump into the Victory in the Can moment. Hey guys, it's our Victory in the Can moment, the best moment we choose among all the ones that we went through the last weekend. And of course, it's presented by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Terry, this moment is during the game against FlyQuest, but before we jump into it, let's watch it, guys.
It's gonna take forever.
Look at my turn.
Just be ready to
We need to
ult
finish. We need to finish.
Yeah, we have to finish. We can't wait.
여기 Okay, look my turn. Look my turn.
Hey, this guy. Go home. Go home. I can do it.
We got it. Fight. I'm chasing Liz.
We can end the game.
Okay, go.
Defend it.
Push me. You need me.
Everybody go home. Let me push. He's back.
Yeah, go mid. You just stop him, okay? If you need me, Kron, say it. Terry, go.
We didn't hurry. 함께 가고 있어. 막아야 돼.
Hey, we need a back.
No. Just, I got it. Push. Meteos, push. Trust me.
All right.
Nice.
Alright, that's it. Good shit, guys.
Keep going. I got the cannon ult, bro.
가자.
가자, Dhokla. 가자, Chrome. Meteos, let's go.
We did it, boys.
Wait, guys.
Nice, guys.
Please.
Clean, quick, 45-minute game.
Good job.
Nice, dude.
That's our specialty.
Yeah.
We really like the 45-minute games.
So Terry, you're in late game. You have this Rise coming for your Nexus. You're facing FlyQuest. This is a decisive game for the future of the split. You need to get this Elf Drake. What is your mental state at this moment?
I'm really scared of the Rise backdooring us, but it looked like he was just pacing back and forth, not knowing what to do. And while he's doing that, we're getting flanked from two entrances, the Blue Buff and Banana Brush. So now we just have to think, yeah, we definitely have to win this fight. And Dhokla comes out of nowhere. He's like, I'm here to save the day, guys. Let me just carry you on my back real quick.
You actually made the last kill of the game, right? With your TK, you prevent them from actually finishing the game. How does it feel? Like, is it like relief, joy, excitement, stress?
No, actually, if you heard our comms, at the end of the game before I killed him, Dhokla just screamed, guys, we need to stop this guy from ending the game. But we all know, like, it's over, man. We won. We're stopping him for fun at this point. And then when I kill him, I'm just like, man, Dhokla, shut up.
Yeah, shut up, Dhokla.
Shut up. I don't want to hear this anymore.
But actually, it was a pretty stressful game. I feel like FlyQuest, the game maybe felt easy for you, but watching it personally, I felt like FlyQuest played pretty well, and it was really played out of details.
I think it's a difference because, you know, last year they had trouble closing the game, and they only got to their standing last split based on lucky backdoors, I would say. Like, the other team's messing up too much, and then I feel like it's the same this year. They don't really know how to close that well, or they're just lost together. Last
year they had Flame, this year they have Viper, so obviously you need to learn. I think he's showing pretty good performance, to be honest.
He's got to bust out his Riven, but, you know, he's known as a Riven one trick. I think he lost one game already.
Yeah, but still, I'm pretty, like, I'd say I'm always happy when NA brings new talent on stage. You know, last year it was Dhokla, Licorice, this year it's Viper. It's good that the top lane scene is his new name, I think, in NA. I don't know what you think about it.
That's my job you're talking about, Zab. You know, there might be some guy gunning for my job. I'm never happy about that.
Okay, guys, that's it for the Victory in the Can moments. Hope you enjoyed it. Jumping into the future, Terry, the patch just came, and there is a big change coming into the bot lane. Can you explain us what's going on?
You know, Targon's is getting nerfed, the healing, of course, by almost more than half.
Yeah, what does that represent for a bot lane when you're playing with a melee champion?
It just means you're more vulnerable now, since you can't really heal as much, so maybe mage supports will come back. And, you know, you might see lane kingdoms back in the bot lane.
Yeah, probably, like, you think like more mages such as Brand, I don't know, Zyra, or mostly like predictive support such as Lulu, Karma, maybe Nami? What do you think?
I think the more protective supports will always make a way back if Targon's is nerfed, since they could bully the lane early and still have a role for later if they fall behind, like maybe a shield buff, maybe just throw an ult. Like, they're always going to be useful, whereas if you play Bran, if he's falling behind early game, he does nothing late game.
That's pretty true, yeah. So we can expect more mages. Are you ready for it, man?
I'm always ready for the calm reflex.
Let's go, guys. That will be probably our tactic. So if people are watching it, you know, ban Bran against Terry, ban Zilean against Terry. He's really good on Zilean. Yo guys, it's the last part of our show, last hit, and as per usual, we're going to play a game, a multiplayer game. Terry, are you ready? We're going to play Nidhogg. The goal of this game is very simple. You try to beat your opponent. If you beat him, you go to the other side of the, you go to your enemy side of the map, again and again, till the moment you reach the extremity of the stage, and then you win, right? This is a very simple game, but has a lot of depth. And in the meantime, I'm going to answer you guys' question that you have for OpTic for this week. And let's get started.
I'm ready to storm the castle.
I'm running.
Woo!
I'm so good.
The first question comes from @misfitty_x. What makes Arrow different from the other ADCs you play with, and does pineapple belong on pizza?
Okay, so I'm answering the first part of the question. So Arrow, no, maybe it's for Terry. Terry, what makes Arrow special?
I think he's really vocal in what he wants, and he has a lot of experience to go with it. Like, he's won OGN. He makes like these insane random calls in the late game to just win you the game, just like that.
Yeah,
and he's Korean. Can't forget about that one.
Yeah, so he has a really good food taste. And speaking about food, so pineapple doesn't belong to the pizza as a European. This is a bloody disgrace to all the Italian culture, and I cannot stand this. So I think that every person that eats pineapple on the pizza should not be forgotten and forgiven. Sorry.
I think pineapple's fine.
Yeah, but you have no taste, man.
That's true, you know.
That's
why I'm not ordering the food. Oh.
Come back to me. I'm here. Oh, you're jumping. You're jumping. Face jump. Oh, nice one.
The next question comes from @JXYBert.
What is everybody having an insanely hard nickname to say? It's like, why do that's a question I have for our audience. Why, like in Korea, you know, their name is like Apple, Prey, Gorilla, Faker. In America, it's like, you know, dirty underwear XX Poundsall maximum footage. I don't understand. I would like to understand. So what was the question?
Does it make it more difficult to call shots for the team when they're switching out? When they're switching out junglers and Dardoch being more vocal than Meteos?
I don't think so. I think they both respect enough. Like, everyone on the team just respects their call enough to just listen to what they have to say, and then there's nothing different about the game. We all have the same plan still, even no matter who plays.
Do you prefer comms with other vocal members or just one main voice calling?
Yeah, you need to answer the question, Terry. I can give you a break if you want.
No, it's never bad to have a lot of vocal people, because if everyone knows what to do, so in case someone has an off day, you're just keeping them in check.
The next question comes from @HumanShoes. What aspect of the game do you think you most improved at over the past couple of years?
I think the game's gotten easier mid to late with like working with a lot of experienced people. Someday Froggen, you know, Crown, Meteos. They just teach me a lot about like what we should do and what works. Whereas before, you know, I'm just leading the team by myself, just going off my experience only.
Whoa. I'm so good. I'm so good at this game. I'm insane at this game!
The next question comes from @IncarnationLive. Big, what did your family think when you were going pro?
When I first started pro, they really didn't want me to go like play games for a living, since there's no money in it and it's not really a stable job.
@BSpots asks, which former teammate do you miss playing with the most?
I just played with Latman the most. I think I had the most fun time. It was just fun times in general when I was playing on a Frank Fan game with them. Just like, no matter what happens, it's just all trolls and we're all just best buds together. And I've been through a lot with them, just throughout the whole scene.
Oh, that was insane. That was insane from your side. No, you just run. You don't even fight. You don't deserve the win, bro.
Why fight when I know you're disarmed? You don't have a chat. Oh damn.
I want a chat in my jungle, bro.
No chat. I think you should have let Acadian leave then.
No! Oh! No! I'm here.
Get the free wood. Oh, down. No.
Yes! Ah, let's go!
Do it.
GG, man. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode of Last Hit. Thanks to our sponsor, Mounted UAMP and Game Fuel, that help us make this show. And see you guys next week for next episode. See you guys.